the game plan itself is two core pages. One is a page we have on the screen. And for those who are listening, it's got a few different key areas. This is basically, I guess, what we create as our North Star. And I speak about this a lot in my book, The Path to Freedom. This first page is more so, I guess, the pole in the sand. It covers things like our vision, right? What's the vision we have for our business, for our life? What's the mission? What are our values? Remember, vision is like the sunset, mission is the path up the mountain, and our values are the compass to ensure that we get there. It covers things like what are some goals for 3 years. Now, the further out we set goals, the less detailed they should be. So if I've got a 10-year goal, it's typically one sentence. Or in this case, 3-year goals, we have a date, we have revenue, gross profit percentage, net profit percentage, and maybe cash on hand, right? You might throw in there a few other things like we have a new office building, I've met the woman of my dreams, but there's not a lot of detail there. There doesn't need to be because it's disassociated, it's far in the future. So this first one page is vision, mission, and values. We have some targets around 3 years, some commercial targets because business needs to be making money and growing and being profitable, and maybe some less commercial targets. Then we kind of want to look at, well, what are our core drivers? What are the core drivers? And these are things like maybe net promoter score, customer satisfaction, number of contractors that we have, right? Type of work that we're doing. And what do we see as being some core projects that get there? Now, the one thing that I want to share is with this whole process, we basically zoom right out, we put the stake in the ground, and then we start systematically reverse engineering things, becoming more and more detailed every step backwards until we get to what are our weekly actions. So when we set these goals, we don't need to know how to get there. We just need to know that that's something we want to achieve, or there's some meaning behind that particular thing. And this process goes about distilling and systematically reverse engineering it until we have those smaller actions.
It's definitely worth spending time doing this. I do notice many people avoid this and they'll get into going either to the nitty-gritty and doing the do on the daily basis. There can be challenge around, well, I'm not quite sure what my future looks like, those sorts of things, but I would encourage you to persevere and sit in that space and put something down. Now, 6 months down the track, you feel like, wow, I was so way off with that. I had no idea what I was doing. Well, you've just gathered some really valuable data on what works and what doesn't, and you can recalibrate. It's your plan. However, you put something down. Do not leave it blank.
Yeah. And what I would say too is if you're not currently working with us and maybe you struggle with goal setting, you want some assistance, I'd recommend to book a call with one of the team because we'll actually take you through part of this game plan process for free. Now, it is a part of our application process to see whether or not you'd be a good fit to work with us, whether or not we could actually help you and your business grow. But regardless, even if we or you decide that we're not a fit after the call, you're still going to walk away with a lot of clarity in the game plan that you can take back to your business and implement with your team as well. So feel free to book a call with one of the team at Tradie Business School. We can help you through this. But yeah, I guess the first page, Miranda, is like, for me, when I look at it, there's a sense of like a nice feeling in my heart of like, yeah, like if I achieve that, if I got there, that's a significant improvement or step up from where I'm at right now. Now, if I look back where I was 20 years ago, there's no way I would have ever thought I'd be where I am right now. But processes like this have helped me to slowly over time keep stepping forwards to where I've been able to create a belief that to some degree, anything I put my mind through is achievable. Now, if I can do it, you can do it, and anyone else on this call can do it. But again, it all starts with just putting that stake in the ground, writing some things down, and going through this first page and onto the second page, which we'll talk through now.
I think one of the keys is that no business and nobody is too small or the exception to the rule. This will work for any business. In particular, it is brilliant for trades businesses. And to actually go, oh, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to pull my socks up. If you're not where you would like to be in business and you're looking, it's January and you're staring down the barrel of 2022 and you've got somewhere you just know that you would like to be in a different space in your business by the end of the calendar year, then this is what you need to do.
So if we look at the first page as being like, the bigger pictures, the vision, mission, values, we've got a couple of 3-year goals in there. We've started distilling the 3-year down into 1 year. The second page of this 2-page plan is our quarterly plan. So this is a plan that we've set up for the first quarter of the new financial year or the next calendar year, wherever you're watching this and doing this process. Well, we want to distill that 1-year plan down into the quarter. So let's just say that for the year we have 3 kind of core goals. It's the way that I like to operate, in my companies. Let's just say there's a goal around finance. We want to grow from, let's say, 1 million to 2.5 million. There's maybe a goal around retention rate of our clients, and there's maybe a goal around our culture or something like that. We would then look at those 3 goals and go, okay, cool. In order for us to, this quarter make a big step towards achieving our revenue goal, what do we need to work on? Have we got enough leads? Are our leads converting? Do our clients stay with us? Is our average sale well enough? Like, we start asking some questions to go, okay, like if we could just focus on 1 to 3 projects that once we complete would move us 3-month step towards our annual goal, what do those things start to look like? And so what we're going to do here is we want to set some targets for the quarter. Again, revenue, gross profit, net profit, cash, maybe accounts receivable, how much money is left owed to us. It's a big issue a lot of tradies have, is having, mass amounts of money owed to them because they have poor collection processes in place. And once we get clear on those quarterly targets, we want to start working out, well, what are our projects? Now, you'll see if you're looking at this screen, there's projects and operational activities. The difference is projects are things that you do once off to move the business forwards, right? Example might be a project might be to create a system for hiring staff, or it might be a project to create a system for debt collection or building a marketing campaign. Whereas operational activities needed to reach our financial targets, they're the things that we should be doing daily, weekly, or monthly, right? They're day-to-day operations of the business that are not the once-offs.